Hello everyone, this is another exciting technology tutoring adventure with Chris. Today we're going to look at Hoopla Digital. It's going to be a tutorial for using Hoopla Digital. So now, Hoopla Digital is a streaming service which is available to library users. It has ebooks, e-audio, movies, music, and more. And it's free to you. So the first thing that we're going to do to access it is we're going to go to www.burnhamlibrary.org. This will bring you to the library's website, and from there, we're going to hover over the digital branch menu item. That's going to be the fifth item from the left. And from there, I want you to click on digital branch. Normally, you could click just on Hoopla, but because I want to show you the entire digital branch, we're going to click on the digital branch menu item. So the digital branch has a number of items that are available to you as library users. We have RB Digital, we have Hoopla, we have Research at Connecticut, Tumble Books, all of these items which you should really dig into, and which down the road these tech tutoring sessions are going to dig into. But we're going to focus specifically on Hoopla today. So you can take your cursor, hover on over the Hoopla logo, which is the second one over, and click on it. And when you do that, you're going to get a warning that says, hey, you're about to leave the Burnham Library website. Don't worry, that's okay. Click OK. So first, while we're here, I'm going to teach you how to sign up for a Hoopla Digital account. You can use the same login credentials for the Hoopla Digital app for your Android phone, your Android tablet, your iOS phone, or your iOS tablet. That's important because it works across platform, and your account will follow you. So if you check out something on the website, it'll follow you onto your phone or onto your tablet. Just know you can only be logged into one place at a time. So you can't have it on, say, an iPhone and then on an iPad at the exact same time. You'd have to log out of one. So to sign up, you're going to click on the Get Started button that's directly under Instantly Borrow Digital Movies, Music, Ebooks, and more 24/7 with your library card. Click on that button, please. A pop-up is going to pop up because that's what pop-ups do. So it's first going to ask you for your email address. So I'm going to type in staff@burnhamlibrary.org. And then it's going to ask you to confirm that email address. So I'm going to type staff@burnhamlibrary.org. And then it's going to ask you for a password. This password is going to be 8 to 40 characters long. You don't need any capitalization. You don't need any special characters. You don't need any numbers. So make it something that you're going to remember. So I'm going to use library 123. And then you have to confirm that password. So I'm going to type in library 123. Once you've typed in all of that information, you can click on agree. So now it's going to ask you to choose your library. Depending on your device, it's going to use information about you to figure out where you are. So you can choose Burnham Library, and it's going to highlight it, and then you can click Next. The last pop-up is going to be for your library card. Your library card number is on the back of your library card. It's also on the back of your library key fob if you happen to have that. However, if you have any questions about this number, feel free to email me or Jean Calais. Our emails will be at the end of this video, and we'd be more than happy to help you and get you set up. So you type in your library card number. Usually it starts with 26937. And then there will be a series of numbers following that. Now, please keep in mind that this service is available to Bridgewater residents. So it'll only work if you have a Burnham Library card. So just keep that in mind. So once you type in that string of numbers, it should be longer than 26937, but we'll start with it. You can click on Sign Me Up. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to actually use some login credentials that I have otherwise. But once you clicked Sign Up, it would bring you to the Hoopla Digital homepage, which is going to be called My Hoopla. I'm just going to X out of this now and log in as normal. So when you go to hoopladigital.com, this is the website that we initially hit before we signed up for a library card. At the top, there is a place for you to type in your credentials. So if you choose not to save your username and password, this is where you can type it in. So I'm going to type in my email address, which is cfisher@burnhamlibrary.org. And then I'm going to type in my password. Then I'm going to click Log In. And you may get this Save Password option. That's completely up to you. I choose not to, so I'm going to click Never. So this is your My Hoopla homepage. It's going to tell you what you have currently borrowed, items that are recommended for you. It's also going to tell you some favorites that you have. So as you can see, I enjoy comic books. So it's recommending some Batman comic books for me with this really scary Joker face. And it also shows what I've taken out recently. So you can use that to your advantage, especially if you keep track of what you're reading. If you're doing our library reading challenge, listening to books counts, so you can keep track of it that way a little bit. But if you're new here, let's try to find you some books. So the easiest way to do this, depending on how you like to find books, is to either search for a specific title or to browse. So first, let's show you how to browse. Up top, next to the Hoopla logo and also next to the search bar is a browse option. And when you hover over that, it's going to show you the variety of formats that Hoopla offers you. So you have audiobooks, movies, music, comic book, ebooks, and more. So say I wanted to read, I didn't want to listen to something. I could scroll on down to ebooks and click on that. And then it's going to just recommend some books to you based on what's popular, based on featured items. So these are items that publishers have deals with Hoopla, or they're featuring it because of the theme of the month, or anything like that. It'll also start to learn what you enjoy. So say that I checked out Diary of a Wimpy Kid books all the time, it might start recommending juvenile graphic novels to me, or things like that. You can also sort by format, release date, the date that it was added specifically, patron rating, so that's pretty great, and language. So say that I wanted to check out The Giving Tree. So I clicked on that, and then I would click on the borrow option. This pop-up is going to pop up, as they tend to do. I would click borrow title, and then I would have this item for 3 weeks. So say I wanted to read this now right on my computer, I would click read. And then the e-reader would pop up, pardon me, and you can click left and right to move back and forth between the pages. There's also a magnifier that you can use should you want to. Once you're done with the book, you can click on Close, and it will allow you to resume it if you want to. You could also choose to return the book. Now, there aren't many reasons to actually return a book from Hoopla unless you're concerned about having it downloaded on your device. Returning the book isn't going to get you your credit back. So you have 6 credits per month for Hoopla Digital. So if you use one, it's used. Also, Hoopla doesn't work like other ebook platforms that we have, where if you check the book out, it's out. Hoopla works more like Netflix. So if one person is watching, say, the pilot episode of The Office, everybody could be watching the pilot episode of The Office. But if you so want to, you could click Return Now. And it's going to say, do you really want to do that? You could click OK. Since we're in a browsing sort of mood, there are also some options here which might help you. You could click on, if you wanted a book about emotions and feelings, you could click on that. You could look at similar artists. So we have Dr. Seuss and Ken Nesbitt and Marjorie Williams. And you could click on these little bubbles and they'll bring you to the items that these people have written. Mind you, we're in children's books right now. There are so many adult books on Hoopla Digital. So that's browsing. Now, say that we knew that we wanted to, we wanted a very specific book. So I've really been enjoying the Lock and Key series, which is a graphic novel, which Netflix has adapted to a television show. So what you can do is you can go up to the search bar right here and you can type the title of something in. So Lock and Key. And right now we're searching everything. So we're searching audiobooks, movies, music, comics, ebooks, television, etc. You can also search by author and categories and publisher and all that stuff. But so let's search everything and see what happens. So I typed that in, and now I'm going to click on the little magnifying glass right here. So it came up with all of these options. Now, say we wanted to filter this a little bit more, because look, there's a music. There are actually a couple of albums on here. So let's click on Format right here. So Format is under Showing. I'm going to click on that. I know it's a comic, so I'm going to click on Comics. And then maybe I'm interested in when this was released. So I wanted to know the first Lock and Key. So, because obviously this is a long series. So I'm going to click on Release Date. And I'm going to click on the last 12 months. And that filters out a number of items. So say I wanted to check this out. And again, I would just click on Borrow, and it would do the same exact thing as it did for the Giving Tree. So if you're on Hoopla on your laptop, you can also go back up to the My Hoopla option, which is in the upper left-hand corner, and it will show you everything that you've checked out or that you just checked out. It'll start offering you some suggestions. You can also get a broader look at your history of the items that you've checked out, some of your favorites, and things like that. Once you're done, if you want to, you can click on this little gear here. You can click Log Out, and that will log you out of Hoopla Digital. That'll be especially helpful if you want to be logged into a device on your phone or on your tablet. This concludes our tutorial on how to log in and some basic use of the Hoopla Digital website. If you have any questions, please, again, feel free to email Jean or I. Our email addresses will pop up at the end of this video. Thank you very much, and we hope you're staying healthy and safe.